Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu. Good morning to one and all. Ryans, we are on chapter 4 on the climax of it. The climate name is chapter 4 climate, and we are on the climax of the chapter climate. That means we are on the verge of ending the chapter 4 of climate. In my first lecture for chapter 4, I had explained the climate of page number 25 of Brazil. Then the next lecture was carried on with page number 26 of India. Then after that we had our next lecture with page number 27, where all the four metropolitan cities of Brazil are there. That's Manaus, Belém, Porto Alegre and Rio de Janeiro. Well, today we are in for the four metropolitan cities of India, namely Delhi, Mumbai, Chennai and Kolkata. Page number 28 of your textbook, where you can see the various graphs given regarding the average annual temperature and precipitation. Precipitation means rainfall. Remember, you can talk to me, you can chat with me as and when required at your convenience, but see that it does not create a nuisance for any other people who are online at that time. So we are in for four metropolitan cities of India: Delhi, Chennai, Kolkata and Mumbai. Like we had in Brazil, the drought quadrilateral that was there near the Rio de Janeiro port of Brazil, where the escarpment region is, where there is orographic rain, leeward side or the rain shadow side. Similarly, in India also, we have this type of rainfall, which is known as the orographic rainfall or the leeward side rainfall or the no or lesser type of rainfall, and most important, it is called the rain shadow side of that particular area. In India, it is the Western Ghats which receives more rainfall on the eastern part of it. That means all the rain bearing clouds that come from the Bay of Bengal, that is your easterly winds, southeasterlies and northeasterly winds. Sorry, not the northeasterlies, because the northeasterlies are totally blocked by the fold mountain, that is the Himalayan mountain ranges. Then from the southeasterlies you have your Bay of Bengal having great amount of rainfall from the eastern side of India towards the western side of India, where the Western Ghats are a great barrier. The height of the mountains on the Western Ghats are very, very high, and they do not allow the rain to move towards the western side. Therefore, it rains more on the eastern side and less on the western side. Whereas the south westerlies, the wind coming from the Arabian Sea, they carry ample amount of rain or moisture with them, and they empty themselves totally on the western side of the Western Ghat. That is why it is known as the Western Ghat. And these mountain ranges are so high that it creates a large amount of rainfall on the Western Ghat on the western side. That is why the eastern side of the Western Ghat is known as the leeward side or the orographic side or the rain shadow side of that particular Ghat. And on the other side, if you look at the Eastern Ghat region, the Eastern Ghats are broken up, therefore the rainfall is rather much more divided in all the complete range of the eastern coastline of India. Now let's move on to the four metropolitan cities of India, where you can have good amount of rainfall. If you check out in Delhi, you have rainfall in the major rainfall in the month of July, August and September, and minor or no rainfall during the other remaining months of the year. If you look up into Kolkata, graph of Kolkata, you have June, July, August, September, and little bit of October there is rainfall, and the other parts of the month is rather much more less at that time. Then you move on to Mumbai, where there is great amount of rainfall in the month of June, July, August and September. And on the vice versa side at Chennai, you can see that Chennai has rainfall at the end of the year, whereas Delhi, Kolkata and Mumbai have great amount of rainfall during the 4 major months of rain, monsoon rain. That is actually we go in for summer solstice. That is why India receives summer rainfall during the month of June, July, August and September. But on the other side, Chennai receives rainfall September, October, November and December. So there should be some difference between the rainfall. We receive rainfall with the summer solstice and we receive rainfall with the help of the southwesterly winds, southwest trade winds. And the city of Chennai, or the eastern border of the lower part of India, southeast part of India receives rain during the end of the year, and these winds are called as the retreating monsoon winds. That means you can take it into simple words as return of the monsoon in that case. So it is very simple. That is why Delhi, Chennai, Delhi, Kolkata, Mumbai receive rain during the month of major rainfall during the month of June, July, August, September. Whereas once the monsoon ends in the city of Delhi, Delhi, Mumbai, Kolkata, after that Chennai receives rain. That is the return of the monsoon or the retreating monsoon rainfall in the city of Chennai. India has 4 seasons according to the Indian Meteorological Department. The hot weather season, the season of the rainfall, that's your monsoon season. The season of the retreating monsoon, that means the return of the monsoon, that happens during the month of September, October, November, December for the city of Chennai. Then you have the cold weather season. Obviously your winter and the winter solstice is there. In that case, now page number 28, there are around 8 question answers. You can read it and I'll explain it to you just now itself in that way. Question number 1, what difference do you find in the rainy season of Chennai and other cities of India? I just explained to you, Delhi, Mumbai, Kolkata receive rain during the month of June, July, August and September. These cities receive rain from the southwesterlies, or you can call it southwest trade winds, whereas Chennai only receives rain by the southeast trade winds. Southeast trade winds in that case. So that is why Chennai is given the rainfall of retreating monsoon or the return of the monsoon. Question number 2, what similarity do you see in the temperature curve of Delhi and Kolkata? If you look at the graph of Delhi and Kolkata, you can see from 10 degrees it goes up to 27, 28 degrees. Similarly to the same graph where you see the minimum temperature and the maximum temperature, the graph is showing you increase from the month of January to May and decrease during the month of August to November for both the cities, Delhi and Kolkata, increasing from the month of January to May and decreasing from the month of August to November. Next one, calculate the average range of minimum and maximum temperature of all the 4 cities. Obviously, if you take it on an average base, India has a good range of temperature. It starts from 10 to 25 degrees or between 15 to 28 degrees or 32 degrees. So the range of temperature is a large movement in India where there is ample amount of temperature, whereas Rajasthan gets 50 degrees plus in the month of June. The place Kargil, which is in Jammu Kashmir, goes up to minus 48 degrees in winter. Rainfall of the place in the state of Meghalaya receives like places like Mawsynram and Cherrapunji. Mawsynram receives 11,872 millimeters of rainfall on an average base, whereas Cherrapunji receives 11,777 millimeters of rainfall, which is the wettest or the highest rainfall region of the world. And the least rainfall receiving region in India is the Jaisalmer region in the western Rajasthan, which is known as the Thar Desert or the Marustali Desert or the Great Indian Desert region. Next question. In which city is the range minimum? What can you infer? Infer means information, or what can you decide according to this? Chennai has a minimum range of the climatic range in that way, and it is showing you equable climate. That means it is not too cold, not too hot. It is just hot and humid place all around the year. Next question, number 5. In which city is the range maximum? What can you infer from this about its climate? The range is maximum in the city of Delhi, and you have extremely hot climate during the hot weather season. You have extremely cold climate during the cold weather season. Next question, number 6. Based on the temperature and rainfall of Mumbai, comment means to say something or put on your own words, opinion, in your way, response, self-opinion, self-response upon its climate. Well, Mumbai receives very heavy rainfall during the month of July. The region of Mumbai is much more towards the Arabian Sea, and the climate is hot and humid. Finally, the next question, number 7. In which month does India experience the highest rainfall? Obviously, if you check out the graph, you can see the month of June and July in 3 metropolitan cities, that Delhi, Kolkata, Mumbai, and Chennai is out of the graph completely. So it is the month of June where we experience a high amount of rainfall. Next question, number 8. Classify the city as cities with equable extreme climates and extreme climate. That means cities having equable climate is your Chennai and Mumbai. Equable climate is hot and humid climate, whereas extreme climates means where there is very hot or very cold regions in the cities of Delhi and Kolkata. So you can understand all this very well. I've given you all the answers of all the 8 questions on your page number 28. Remember, all these things are there. So you have to just refer to it. You better look up onto page number 30. There are various pictures given. The drought affected region of India, that is the Thar Desert region, or the Rajasthani Marustali Desert. Snowfall in India, where it is not available in Brazil at all, but it may have happened in the year 1879, 1957 and 1985, where Brazil may have received snowfall during that particular time. But India has snowfall every year, especially during the winter season, winter months. You can see figure 4.9, rainfall in Brazil. You can see figure 4.10, deforestation, that means cutting of forest in the country of Brazil. 4.11, that is a well, a source of water in India, that shows scarcity of water in India. Drought quadrilateral of Brazil, where the escarpment region is there on the western side. On the eastern side you have the you have the Atlantic Ocean, then you have on the coastal line you have the escarpment region, and as you go towards the western side you get the leeward side or the orographic rainfall region, that is called the drought quadrilateral region. And finally you have figure 4.13, paddy farming. Paddy means rice. Paddy means rice. That means India has ample amount of rice farming on a large scale basis, and good quality of rice is also available in India. We have good amount of different seasons and different crops. We have Kharif crops, we have Rabi crop, and we have Zaid crop also. That means there are 3 seasons available for cropping in India. Kharif crop are those crops that are grown during the rainy season. Rabi crops are those crops that are grown during the winter season. Whereas the Zaid crop are the crops that are grown during the summer season. Well, just read through it, the complete chapter. The chapter comes to a close today, and you have any doubts, you have any queries, you have any questions, you can just chat with me on WhatsApp, or you can talk to me, you can give me a video call also, no problem. I should be online at that moment, and I will immediately reply to all your queries, all your problems, and I will give you your solutions in that case. Jazakallah. Thank you.